Hello, my name is Braden. This is Airless Quill 9, and in today's video, myself and my friend Tyler are going to chat about the Rogue.
Hello.
Hello, Tyler. Thank you for being here.
Of course, buddy. And I have to talk with you about my favorite class.
Is Rogue your favorite class?
I mean, it goes between. Rogue was the first class, so it has that nostalgia factor, but I would say it goes between that and Druid. Warlock is very much a close third, though.
That's fair. Alrighty, well, first thing we have is some new Rogue art that is quite different from the old version.
Extremely different.
This is much more of an action scene. Is that a vampire?
Um, I'd say so. The teeth are very
There may
pointed.
be some pointed fangs on that person. Anyways, I don't know what's happening here, but there's some daring escape happening or some chase.
I will say at least from the art from the physical handbook, that is definitely a vampire tooth.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
Which
let's.
it is very different from the previous art because our friend on the right is
Yeah, they're just.
he's just been the dude for a while.
He's just sneaking about.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see if there's any changes to any of the core rogue traits. Dexterity, primary ability, makes sense. Hit point dies the same. Saving throws are still dex and intelligence. Rogues, of course, get to choose 4. Skill proficiencies. I think these are all the same options.
It looks like the same.
Yeah, I don't see any changes here. Weapon proficiencies. And
That has
here,
changed,
yeah, it says simple weapons and martial weapons that have the finesse or light property.
which is very useful for rogues.
Yeah, so that takes away long swords,
Yeah.
but that does include rapiers, short swords, hand crossbows, and oh, I guess that adds scimitars.
Yeah. I'm not mad about losing long swords because personally,
No.
like, I'm more of a dagger kind of rogue player, but
Yeah,
short swords also work, rapiers also work.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a rogue using a longsword though, because it's not a dex weapon.
Yeah,
Or
it's
it's
not
not it's not
great.
it's not a finesse weapon. So
I
I
mean, if to anyone who runs a strength rogue, be my guest,
yeah,
but
go ham.
like you have my you have me impressed, but you have me confused. You'll get
I,
the awkward like, I think I'm clapping because it's good.
I'm curious about how uh viable that is though, because you don't get sneak attack off of a longsword because it's not a finesse weapon.
I guess
So
it just doesn't.
that's a weird proficiency for them to have had.
It never occurred to me,
No,
like, because
it never occurred to me, and I'm not sure if anyone used that as an option.
like it just never occurred to me because like I said, daggers, like hand crossbows, that was my bread and butter with my first rogue. So,
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't work with sneak attack anyway. So
oh,
okay, I think those weapon proficiencies are better. I would rather have scimitar proficiency than longsword proficiency.
I agree.
Also,
Obviously, our tool proficiencies are the same with thieves' tools.
scimitar is a really good proficiency for rogues to have now because scimitar is one of the few weapons to have the new Nick mastery property, which lets them do the
Right.
bonus action attack of two weapon fighting as part of the attack action instead of having to spend their bonus action to do it.
That's very good.
Yeah. So
Makes pirates really useful.
yeah, you may see a lot more scimitar rogues. which is kind of cool.
Nope, that's not scimitars. Those are cutlasses. Are cutlasses scimitars?
Yes, they are. I mean,
Okay. So
realistically, they'd be quite similar. I guess you could either have a cutlass that's more in line with a scimitar or a rapier, depending.
true.
But yeah, we still get thieves' tools, proficiency,
Light
and
armor.
light armor, which is the same. I do like the new starting equipment, or at least the way that they do it now. You choose A or B. A is a list of equipment, and then B is
B is
a
just 100 gold.
B is just a gold piece value, which should add up to the gold piece value of these items.
That's not bad. And
No,
besides, even if you did choose A, that's a lot of equipment.
yeah, leather armor, 2 daggers, short sword, short bow, 20 arrows, quiver, thieves' tools, and burglar's pack, and 8 gold pieces. I mean, that's actually pretty. That's pretty much everything you would need as a
Oh
rogue
yeah.
starting off. Yeah, that's not a bad combination there.
Not at all.
All right, all right. Let's see what changes there are in the table. So, weapon mastery is a new feature, of course.
It is.
Got to give all the marshals that. Steady aim is ported over from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Cunning strike is a new feature at 5th level. Reliable talent has moved from 11th level down to 7th level, which is kind of neat. Improved cutting strike is a new feature at 11th level. Devious strikes is a new feature at 14th level. Blind sense is gone.
Oh, poor blind sense.
Slippery mind is still there, but I know that got an improvement. Uh, elusive is still at 18th level. Epic boon is at 19th level instead of ability score improvement, but it's functionally the same. And then stroke of luck is still the capstone feature, but it had an improvement as well. So it's pretty much the same. Sneak attack dice did not change.
Oh, and here I was hoping they'd become D12s magically.
that may have been a little bit too much. That may have been a little too much. I do.
No, just rolling 10 D12. That would be perfect sneak attack
Yeah,
damage.
perfectly balanced at 20th level. I guess I could have seen it as D8s maybe, but
Yeah, but I think D6s is just that's the
yeah,
most. I think D6s works because that is the most amount of most dice you're gonna have of a type is multiple
yeah.
D6s.
The
Like you're more likely to have 66 than you are to have 68.
my only question here is if rogue scales as well as all the other classes, considering they don't have extra attack.
Oh yeah, they lost extra.
Well, they didn't have extra attack, but all the other marshals do have
No, I know
extra
what I'm thinking
attack.
of. I'm just thinking of the bonus action, just free attack, aren't I?
Oh yeah, probably. All right, let's
I
see
thought there
what.
was a rogue that got extra attack.
No. Well,
Hmm.
actually, there may have been. Uh,
I thought there was. That's neither here nor
there
there.
may have been a subclass that had something similar. All right, but yeah, but okay. Let's see what's different here. Expertise. Just choose your skill proficiencies and gain expertise in them, and you do still get a 6th level. That's pretty much the same. Actually, the difference here is you can't choose a tool proficiency anymore.
Oh, you just have to go with regular skills, not tool proficiency.
That may be okay though. I don't know if
I
that's
think
an
that's
issue.
fine. How many times have you seen someone take a tool proficiency for
Well, the
expertise?
only one that you would probably take would be thieves' tools, but um,
Well, it says only you can choose these tools.
I know. I was saying it doesn't say that in the new version.
Yeah. So I don't really think there's
Yeah. I
necessarily
no,
any
I don't. I
call-outs.
don't know if that's an issue because you may because most of the time in order to unlock something with thieves' tools, you probably making a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
So that's probably not gonna be an issue. Anyway, that is a small change. I don't know if that's a nerf though. All right, let's see if sneak attack got any differences. Still once,
Doesn't look like it.
no, still once per turn. Deal an extra d6. Switch scales. Um, you have advantage on the roll, and the attack uses a finesse or ranged weapon. That's still the same.
They took out the beginning at first level part of it, and I'm pretty sure they just ported it over.
They did clarify that the extra damage is the weapons type.
They did. They did.
That's still the same.
Yep. As
Yeah.
is.
Doesn't look like any changes to sneak attack, which
No.
is good.
We'll see. We'll see how it holds up.
Okay, here's the weird change. The new thieves can't gives you thieves can't, but you also choose one other language of your
Oh,
choice.
I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
I mean, it makes sense. Like if you're just if say you're working the thieves guild, it's good to know another language, so you just have that to like communicate with clients.
Yeah, I like that. That's more role play stuff to use for your character. So I kind of like that.
Um,
And then
I do. I don't think I've ever noticed this in the old thieves cant. It says it takes 4 times longer to convey such a message than it does to speak the same idea plainly.
oh, I totally never noticed that.
Never noticed that.
And I don't know if I read the feature all the way through, but well,
And
I'm
the
sure I
fact that
have.
it
I did
doesn't.
not remember that
Yeah,
though.
that just. To be fair, like thieves cant isn't meant to be. It's meant to be messages left behind. It's not meant to be like I'm handing you a message in this
Yeah,
time.
or it's more like say it's just like saying something in code.
Yeah, interesting. I've genuinely just never seen that.
No,
And the fact that it doesn't say it, I don't know if that
they
continues to
no
hold up.
they probably took that out because it was convoluted.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like that you get an additional language along with Thieves' Cant.
Yeah,
That's
I do
pretty
as well.
good. Okay, also at level 1 is Weapon Mastery. You choose 2 kinds of weapons of your choice, which have proficiency, and gain the mastery properties of those weapons. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can change the kinds of weapons you chose. For example, you could switch to using the mastery properties of scimitars and short swords, which would be pretty good because scimitars have the nick property, like I mentioned, and then short swords have the vex property, which gives your next attack roll before the end of your next turn advantage.
Hmm.
So yeah, it'd be pretty good to dual wield a short sword and a scimitar. Or you could
Wouldn't be bad.
gain daggers and short bows, for example. But yeah, I mean it's good that rogues get to play with weapon masteries because there's some cool options there.
Open masters are always fun.
Yeah. At level 2, cunning action. This is pretty much the same. Actually, there is a small change. It says on your turn, you can take one of the following actions as a bonus action: dash, disengage, or hide. The old
But the old one
version,
specified in
yes,
combat.
the old one specified in combat. I think that is a good change
I think that's a good
because
change.
I also don't think that we ever listen to this rule in our games.
I don't think we did. I mean, I kind of more view it as like you enter like turn-based mode, like in Baldur's Gate 3. Like you enter that turn-based mode, you have your bonus action actions, but you're not necessarily in combat.
Oh, here's a weird question. I don't know if chases qualify or are classified as a combat.
Hmm.
So would you not be able to take these actions during chase sequence?
That would ruin a lot of our chases back from our first ever campaign.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
um, I
I don't
would
know.
chase be considered combat?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up right now.
I'll look it up.
Fair. All right. At third level, we get our rogue subclass. The options present in this player's handbook are the Arcane Trickster, Assassin, Soulknife, and Thief subclasses. So Arcane Trickster and Assassin and Thief were in the old player's handbook. They've
Yep.
added in the Soulknife, which is kind of cool because I do like the
Which I'm
Soulknife.
very happy about because the Soulknife is awesome.
Yeah, Soulknife is pretty
Of
good.
these, I have played one of them, which was the Assassin, which was my first rogue. It
Oh
was very
yes,
fun.
Tulak.
Tulak. Tulak Utaid, the poor lizard folk, then dragonborn, and then, bisected
Yeah,
man.
yeah, whatever he was. I think he was a dragonborn, correct? Because that's
He
the
was a
only.
lizard folk initially, because
Yes,
we didn't start in 5e, and then when we transferred, he became a dragonborn.
because lizard folk wasn't a player option when
Exactly.
when we.
I essentially was a dragonborn because I was able to use fire magic in the system we were using.
What color
So
dragonborn were you? Do you remember?
it was red.
Oh, you were red.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you liked Red Dragon Crush.
Yep. That is the funniest thing that came out of our first campaign was us finding that drink and me just looking at the person who said it because our DM made them act awkward and me going, just call me Crush and taking a full swig.
That's funny. All right. Also at third level is Steady Aim. As a
Yep.
bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. You can use this feature only if you haven't moved during this turn, and after you use it, the speed is 0 until the end of the current turn. This is pretty good, especially for ranged
For Assassin.
characters. Yes. Well, we'll talk about Assassin, because Assassin, this is even better for them.
Oh yeah. I don't necessarily. It is amazing for range characters. I can also see the benefits of having it if
Yeah.
you're on top of a person, you just use your steady aim and you just
Yeah, if
melt them.
if you're if you're in melee combat and don't plan on getting away, steady aim is good. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to use
It
it.
it'd be bad for a swashbuckler because swashbucklers, their whole thing is
Yeah,
moving in and
swashbuckler
then moving
wouldn't
out.
need it.
No, it'd be bad for them, but that would be the only one I see really having
Yeah,
that as
I mean, luckily
not
swashbuckler
advantageous.
swashbuckler isn't in this book, so
Yeah,
you didn't even
I just
consider it.
it's just where my brain went.
Yeah. At 4th, 8th, 10th, 12th, and 16th level, we get an ability score improvement,
Oh my
which is
god.
a feat now, or we can select another feat of our choice for which we qualify. That is the same scaling as old Rogue, except for 19th level, but 19th level you can pick an epic boon now,
Get the epic boon, yeah. So it
which
balances out, I'd
which
say.
you will want to do.
No, I'd rather take a feat, Braden.
You shouldn't. You should not. It is not optimal to do that, but you may not
Cutting
care about that.
strike.
Yes, so Cunning Strike is a new feature. You develop cunning ways to use your sneak attack. When you deal sneak attack damage, you can add one of the following cunning strike effects. Each effect has a die cost, which is the number of sneak attack damage dice you must forego to add the effect. If you remove the die before rolling, and the effect occurs immediately after the if you remove the die before rolling, and the effect occurs immediately after the attack's damage is dealt. I don't know why that was so hard to read. For example, if you add the poison effect, remove 1d6 from the sneak attack's damage before rolling. If the cunning strike effect feature or requires a saving throw, the DC equals 8 plus your dexterity modifier and proficiency bonus. That's good scaling for a rogue.
Yeah.
All right, so our
I
options
think
are
losing a
poison.
d6 is okay.
Yes,
I think I
losing a
think
d6. Well, okay, so
not at first level,
at fifth,
but
well, at fifth level, we're only dealing 3d6 with sneak attack. So
yeah. So it's not great, but it's not bad.
yeah, I don't know if you're gonna miss it as much.
Yeah.
Uh,
Later, when you get to later, you're not definitely not going to miss it as much. But I also looking at the ones so far with poison, trip, and withdraw. Withdraw I see being the one that is the favorite, in my opinion.
Withdraw
Like that.
is cool because this reminds me of the Scout Rogue Skirmisher
Yes.
ability, but that was a reaction,
Right.
which you
This isn't
used.
a reaction at all. This is just an ability.
Yeah, this is free movement whenever you attack.
Oh yeah, that's that, and you basically have disengage with it.
Yeah.
It's extremely advantageous, and I think that one is the most cost effective.
Yeah.
Um,
Tripping
Trip,
would not be bad.
I don't think so. I think in reverse order,
Well,
alphabetical, it goes. Withdraw is the best, trip is the second, poison is obviously the worst.
well, it's the poison condition, which gives
Yeah.
disadvantage on attacks. Also, it lasts for a full minute, so that's not bad.
The reason I say it's the worst is
What
the
is?
con saving throw.
Oh, I mean that's fair. Depending on the
Like,
monster that you're fighting, con might not be great.
exactly. Now, if you're focusing on like more humanoid characters, it's less likely they're going to be amazing at Constitution. If you're fighting more humanoids,
I
like,
think the only reason I would use trip is if the enemy that I'm using trip on goes right before me in initiative, because
yeah.
then that creature would have the prone condition for the entire round,
Oh yeah.
essentially. But yeah, I mean, poison's not bad. You do have to have a poisoner's kit on your person to use it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Does it
Uh,
expend the poisoner's kit is also the question.
no, it does not.
Uh,
Yeah, these are interesting options.
they are.
Also, that's some pretty cool art. I like that.
I do like that art a lot.
That looks very Ravenloft esque.
It does. Especially with the bats in the background.
Yeah, the bats and the full moon. Level 5, we get Uncanny Dodge. When an attacker you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can use reaction to half the attack's damage against you, round down. I think that's pretty much the same.
They just specified round down.
Yeah, which you were supposed to round down anyways.
Right.
But it
But
was
they
meant.
specified it
That's
in
true.
this text so you didn't have to go look for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you had to look elsewhere in the player's handbook to realize you need to round down all the time, unless it says round up.
We got
Evasion.
expertise again.
Yep. Yeah, we do get
The sixth
expertise at
level
sixth level,
expertise.
and then at seventh level we get evasion. This should be the same. Actually, it does specify that you can't use the feature if you're incapacitated, which
Hmm.
makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Because when you're incapacitated, you can't take any actions. So I think this is almost like a pseudo reaction.
Honestly, a part of me feels like incapacitated is a good one to put. All restrained would also be a good one. I'd say to have there to.
Uh, yeah, possibly.
I just would it be funny to have like the rogue tied up in rope hopping along to do an evasion? Yes.
I'm curious if restrained also gives the incapac. I don't know. It shouldn't.
I think it does.
I don't think it does. No, your speed becomes 0 though.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, I guess it
But I was just
grab.
gonna say, restrain just it
Yeah.
feels like that would also be under there.
I
I
I
understand why it's not, but
I think that's fine. I think adding that is fine. I don't think that's an issue. Level 7 we get reliable talent, which
right?
is pretty good because it used to be at 11th level.
Oh yeah, bumped up 4 levels. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Level 11 we get improved cunning strike, which lets us use up to 2 cunning strike effects when we deal sneak attack damage, but we do have to pay the cost for each effect.
So now you're getting poisoned and tripped.
Yeah, that could be kind of cool.
Yeah,
But then that's 2d6 we have to sacrifice.
true.
At level 14, we get Devious Strikes, which gives us new cutting strike options. Daze, which is 2d6. Constitution saving throw, or on its next turn, it can do only one of the following: move or take an action or a bonus action. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
The con save isn't great, though.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like that 2d6 is also more costly than the other options, which isn't
Yeah,
great.
but knockout is even more costly.
True. I mean, it does suck that this is a con save, but
Yeah.
unconscious for 1 minute or until it takes any damage is really good.
Right, but it also repeats the save at the end of each of its turns.
Oh, that is true.
I don't like that personally. Like I understand the point of it. Like I understand the point of it. Like if it's
I
PvP,
I would have cut this part out.
I would also have cut that part out. I think if it's already unconscious for a minute or until it takes damage, I think that's fine
Yeah,
because
I think that's already
good.
enough stipulate enough.
Because like for sleep, do you make saves or is it just until damage?
No, I think sleep is just until damage.
So I would just 100% make that like sleep. I think having it make the save at each of its turns is just kind of pointless, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I understand kind of the balancing act of it because technically you could take that minute to where you and your party are all healing yourselves and get everything going and just rock back in. But
I mean, it may be because if the creature's incapacitated, the next attack against it auto crits. If it's
yeah,
a oh crap, where is it? If it's
up one.
if you're within 5 feet.
It's incapacitated and prone, and you drop whatever you're holding. When this
Yeah.
condition ends, you remain prone.
It's the attack rolls against the advantage. Its attacks affected, saving throws affected, and automatic critical hits that are the powerful things about it.
Yeah. Which is fair. I mean, again, I
Yeah.
understand it for kind of a balancing act. It's just sleep already
Yeah.
does that, and sleep is such a low level spell.
Yeah. Also, this is 66 that you're sacrificing to. That's such a
That's
that is a
at that
high
level.
cost. That mean
At that level, that is all but one of your
exactly. That's all but one of
sneak
your sneak
attack.
attack dice. So that's a lot.
I would at least say that that is a lot. Like it is powerful, don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but with the cost, I would 100% remove that where you have
yeah,
to make the save again.
yeah. I would have removed this last sentence because ideally, if you're doing this, if you're doing knockout, you're either putting it unconscious so you can run away, or you're
Yeah.
putting it unconscious so you can get the auto crit on it on your next attack.
Yep.
So
Or you're setting it up where like the paladin can come in and
exactly. So
hit the auto crit.
I really don't know why this sentence is in here.
So that's
Yeah. Obscure though. I mean the cost is 3d6, but blinded condition is pretty great.
that is pretty good.
I do like that one.
As well.
I think of the three, I preferred this one, but
Yeah, giving them the
like
blind condition is very
I
good.
don't like 3d6, but
I mean, 3d6 is better than 66.
true.
I just
I think there's
I've
a
always had a
there
problem with con saves. You know me.
there is a part of me though that really hates sacrificing sneak attack dice to do these
Yeah.
things.
A part of me, I agree with that. I mean, at least with obscure, you're getting 4d6 out of it, and days you're getting 5. But knockout just
Yeah.
that's all of your sneak attack basically.
I feel you're doing knockout if you're desperate.
Oh yeah.
That's what this feature is for. This is the desperate attack. You're like, I need to get unconscious so I can run away immediately. Uh,
But you know me, I'm not a fan of Constitution saving throws because I feel like a lot of them don't make sense
yeah.
to be con saves. Like we had that conversation when I was playing a Sun Soul Monk with the
I mean,
Spirit Bomb.
this makes sense just because you're knocking it
Yeah,
unconscious, which is
that one
fine.
makes a lot of sense.
This one's fine because this one's fine, and then the poison is fine because
Yeah,
that
that's fine. It's just you know me, I don't like con saves.
yeah.
Because anytime I've hit a anytime I
Well,
try to make something do a con
it's
save, it always succeeds.
it's just that a lot of monsters have proficiency in con saves.
Which is unfortunate for me, because all
Yeah,
of my abilities do Constitution saving throws.
yeah. Uh, Slippery Mind actually got buffed. You gain
Favorite new feature,
proficiency.
hands down.
Yep, you gain proficiency in Wisdom and Charisma saving throws instead of
Now
just
people are gonna
Wisdom.
be asking, why is that my favorite feature? Because my DMs like to mess with my character's mind. Every time. Every game.
This is actually really good because you already had proficiency in intelligence, so this is all the other mental skills.
Oh yeah, I very much like that. I'm very happy with that.
Did elusive change? I don't think it did. No attack roll can have advantage against you unless you have the incapacitated condition. Yeah,
No,
that's the same.
that's exactly the same.
Uh,
Then we get to the epic
Epic
boon.
Boon of the Night Spirit is recommended. What
So
is
let
that?
me get over to that. Give me one moment.
What does that do? You gain the following benefits: ability score increase. Increase one ability score of your choice by 1 to a maximum of 30.
Oh.
Merge with
How the heck?
shadows. Merge with shadows. While within dim light or darkness, you can give yourself the invisible condition as a bonus action. Condition ends on you immediately after you take an action, a bonus action, or a reaction.
That doesn't include movement. That's great.
No, that actually this is really good because this is a surefire way to gain
A big
sneak
attack.
attack because the invisible condition would automatically give you advantage. And then shadowy form. While within dim light or darkness, you have resistance to all damage except psychic and radiant. Holy
That's
crap!
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good boon. Yeah,
I'm looking at all these other boons. They all have the
yeah,
increase to a maximum
yeah.
of 30. Oh my
Yep.
lord.
Epic boons allow you to increase stats to 30. So if you in a campaign where you to play past level 20, ideally, whenever you get the other milestones past level 20, you're supposed to pick epic boon feats to gain to increase your
Fun.
skills up to 30, which is
I like
pretty
those a
good.
lot.
I like that. And then the last class feature is Stroke of Luck, which simply is if you fail a d20 test, which is an ability or an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can turn the roll into a 20.
Does
This
that
lets you,
make it a crit?
yes, this
Okay.
could let you automatically crit on an attack.
That's amazing.
Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
The fact that they specify short or long is great.
Yeah. I would have loved this even more if they also added in that you regained it when you roll initiative.
Would you what?
When you roll initiative.
Oh, that'd be nice. I understand why they didn't.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, that is good.
Yeah. That's real. I
This is also a buff
oh
because it used to just be an attack roll or ability check.
yeah, now it's
Now you can also use it on a saving throw.
yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You could use that on a wait, could you yeah, you could use that on a death saving throw.
Yes, you could. You could automatically crit a death save and go back to 1.
Yep. That's really good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Alrighty, let's look at subclasses.
Arcane Trickster.
Look at this little dude.
That is
This
100% a
no,
dude.
yep, that is a gnome.
I like his hair.
Yeah, I like his hair. I like
The wispy mage hand.
yeah, the wispy mage hand is kind of cool. Alrighty. So level 3 spellcasting. We learned 3 cantrips, mage hand, and 2 other cantrips of your choice from the wizard spell list. I can see why Mind Sliver and Minor Illusion are recommended. Those would
I
make
would
a lot
always
of
take a Mind
sense.
Sliver. The fun one.
Whenever you gain a rogue level, you can replace one of your cantrips except for Mage Hand with another wizard cantrip of your choice. This has been added because this was not something you could do before, which is crazy. You also learn another cantrip when you reach 10th level, which is good. The spell slot scaling should be the same.
Yep.
Now everything is called prepared spells, so there's no
Yeah.
longer no spells, but it's pretty much the same. I think this actually scales
Good,
the
because I'm
exact.
stupid and I was always confused
I
by
think
prepared
this.
and known spells.
I think this scales the exact same.
It
At
looks like it
least the
does.
number you have. I'll tell you what has changed though. It used to be that you could only choose enchantment or illusion spells except at specific levels. Now you
Yep.
can choose any spell from the wizard spell list. You're not restricted to a magic school, which is really
Yep.
good.
Granted, I would still only choose illusion for the most part,
True.
personally.
I mean, I would take shield.
Shield's a good one,
Yeah,
but my favorite spell to take would, if I played an Arcane Trickster, I always plan to have him use Shadow Blade. So
true. That would be a good option. Yeah, I do like this though. That's a good change.
good change.
Uh, I think they also added in that you can use an arcane focus as a spellcasting focus.
My dagger is my arc. How does it
Uh,
help you focus? I stab people with it and then I cast spells.
well, they didn't allow you to do that, unfortunately. You have to use an arcane focus. At third level, you get Mage Hand Legerdemain. When you cast Mage Hand, you can cast it as a bonus action, and you can make the spectral hand visible. You can control the hand as a bonus action, and through it, you can make dexterity sleight of hand checks, which I think is all the things you could do here. They did. Well, they they you can do the dexterity sleight of hand checks, which is what you would use
Yeah.
to pick locks or disarm traps, ideally. You can't retrieve an object in a container worn or carried with it anymore. I guess. Well, actually, no, because you can control the hand as a bonus action, and Mage Hand lets you do a few things. Okay, so you can control it as a bonus action instead of a full
Yeah.
action. So you can move the hand 30 feet.
Yeah, when you cast it, you can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial.
Okay, so there are options there.
Yeah. I mean, personally, like if I was the DM,
I
I'd
mean,
still allow
I
someone to
mean,
try.
in my opinion, they just really simplified the wording here,
Yeah.
which is good. I like it. I like that you can do all this as a bonus action. I was talking, funnily enough, since this has verbal components, if you're hiding, casting Mage Hand would break your break your stealth if you were to do
Yeah.
it. But ideally, you already have this out.
That's when
It,
you just take the meta magic adept feat and get subtle spell.
yeah, or you take what's is it telekinetic?
Telepathic or telekinetic might be right.
Yeah, the telekinetic feat. Well, let's see. Oh, actually, I don't remember what telekinetic does now.
Um,
Maybe. Alternatively, take
telekinetic.
2 levels of sorcerer and get the meta badge.
Um, telekinetic is the you learn mage hand. You can cast it without verbal or somatic components.
See, there you go.
You can make the spectral hand invisible and make its range 30 increases by 30 feet when you cast it. The spellcasting abilities, the ability increase the feet. And telekinetic shove. You can telekinetic shove one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. When you do so, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw. 8 plus the ability modifier of the score increased by this feat, and your proficiency bonus, or be moved 5 feet forward, or toward or away from you.
Okay. Is it a bonus action to shove with it?
It is.
Oh, good. Yeah, that would be a perfect feat to take with this.
Oh yeah, I think that's like a feat you would have to take.
Yeah. The good news is you have one extra ability score improvement to take it.
Oh yeah.
Level 9, we get Magical Ambush. If you have the invisible condition when you cast a spell on a creature, it has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against the spell on the same turn.
Which is just changing from the wording of if you are hidden.
Yeah, which is about the same thing. When you hide, you gain the invisible condition. By the way,
Right.
so that's pretty much the same thing. But this could also be that you just casted invisibility on yourself. So cool. I think that's a good change. Versatile Trickster. You gain the ability to distract targets with your mage hand. When you use the trip option of your Cunning Strike on a creature, you can also use that option on another creature within 5 feet of the Spectral Hand.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. That is different than the old Versatile Trickster,
Yeah.
because you could just use the mage hand to give you advantage as a bonus action.
I prefer the old one, I'd say.
I I'm not sure because this doesn't use a bonus action.
Yeah, that's just.
Knocking the target prone would give advantage on attacks against that creature.
And you technically knocking
Well,
two
yeah,
creatures
this would
prone.
knock 2 creatures prone.
Yeah. It's just how
Plus,
often are you gonna have your mage hand out in a fight?
true, but well, it's not concentration, which is great.
Yeah.
Um, also, I may like this better because you could also just use your bonus action to steady aim and gain advantage.
True.
So, uh, I don't know how often you would use this, but I think it might.
It feels weird just for it being. I'd say it feels weird for it being the 13th level
Yeah,
ability.
I don't know if having this would have been better than this because this is almost useless with this version.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this is better. I mean, this is interesting. I don't know. I guess I would have to attempt to use this feature if I got to this level with a Trickster Rogue. See if it's
Yeah.
viable.
I would also have to. I'd have to get there to try it.
Yeah. But at level 17, we get Spell Thief. You gain the ability to magically steal the knowledge of how to cast a spell from another spellcaster. Immediately after a creature casts a spell that targets you or includes you in its area of effect, you can take a reaction to force the creature to make an intelligence saving throw. The DC equals your spell save DC. On a failed save, you negate the spell's effect against you and you steal the knowledge of the spell. If it is at least level 1 and of a level you can cast, it doesn't need to be a wizard spell, so it has to be well, at 17th level that'd be 3rd level, and it would
Yeah.
increase to 4th level at level 19. For the next 8 hours, you have the spell prepared. The creature can't cast it until the 8 hours have passed.
Oh, so you just outright steal their ability to.
Yeah, you steal the ability for them to cast that spell. Once you steal a spell with this feature, you can't use this feature again until you finish in long rest.
So from what I'm seeing, everything looks the same with the exception of one thing.
It's an intelligence saving throw.
It's an intelligence saving throw instead of using that creature's spellcasting ability.
Creature make a saving throw with its spell. Ability modifier. Yeah, the old spell thief didn't specify what type of saving throw it was.
Yeah.
It's just a saving throw. It's not a specific ability. It is used their
Another
spellcasting ability.
another change is they capitalize the W in wizard.
Yeah. I guess so.
No, they did.
I
In the
know.
parentheses of it doesn't need to be a wizard spell. They just capitalized the W.
I know. They capitalize all the classes by name.
But yeah,
I think this might actually be a buff because it's an intelligence save.
yeah, and it's focused on your intelligence. I think that's fine.
Yeah, this isn't bad.
I no, the only reason I'd say it's not amazing, just because you're kind of shackled to just doing third level spells. I will say
Yeah, until you
that's
get fourth
really good
level.
for counterspell.
Yeah.
That's really good for counterspell because you make it where that creature can't cast counterspell
Yeah,
from your
actually,
hand.
this is yeah, that is cool. As a thief or as a arcane trickster rogue, you could cancel a counter spell.
And make it where that enemy just cannot counterspell.
I mean, granted, you're at level 17 though, so
Yeah, but now counterspell is just
I mean that is cool
it's
though.
not a roll off. It's just counterspell.
Hopefully, you're using this against a class that's not a wizard
Yeah.
or who's also proficient in intelligence saves. Cleric.
Artificer.
Oh yeah.
But they don't exist anymore.
Well, they do. They just weren't revamped for this player's handbook.
Yeah. But no, that spell thief 100%. Like the first two spells that came to mind were counterspell and fireball.
Yeah. Lightning bolt would be good too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess any spell that you qualify for would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
It's unfortunate that it's only third level.
Okay, I mean, the spell does have to target you or include you in its area of effect.
So well that's
I just,
less
I just
good.
thought, how funny would it be if one of your allies casted like haste on you, and then you use spell thief to take away their ability to cast it, so that you could cast it.
It's really unfortunate because it's like there's not going to be a lot of like the counterspell thing doesn't really work if they're not targeting you for it, and there's not really going to be an ability like unless you
No,
cast like a
they are
fireball.
not going to target you with counterspell.
No,
I mean, ideally.
unless you cast like revivify, but you're not going to be able to
Well,
cast that
I
because
don't.
it's not on the wizard spell list.
Yeah, I don't know what you would cast at third level.
That's kind of the unfortunate thing about Arcane Trickster is I wish it went a little bit higher, but
Yeah, but I mean, it is a quarter
I
caster,
understand
so
why
what are
it
you gonna do?
doesn't. Yeah,
This art's pretty cool. I like that.
that art's really good.
That man
That
is
poor
dead.
man.
That man
That
is
poor
dead.
man.
That man did not have evasion.
No, that man was like, "Don't worry, we'll make it out together." And the rogue went, "Yeah,
You
sure,
distract the dragon.
together." That man is. If you look at that wall, there's gonna be that man's imprint on that wall.
Yep, that's funny. Alrighty, let's look at
That
assassin.
is some great art right there of a dragonborn.
This is almost Tulok except Green Dragonborn.
Yeah, that would 100% be him.
Yeah, if Tulok was a Green Dragonborn, this would be perfect.
Hey, that's his son.
Yeah, it's Tulok's son, the Green Dragon.
Yeah.
That is really cool art. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Really
it's
neat.
super cool.
All right, so here's how they changed assassinate. You gain the following benefits. Initiative. You have advantage on initiative rolls. That's good. Surprising strikes. During the first round of each combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. If your sneak attack hits any target during that round, the target takes extra damage of the weapon's type equal to your rogue level. That's bad at low levels, but really good at high levels. This
Yeah,
does guarantee sneak attack. Uh, or this does pretty much guarantee sneak attack on the first round of combat, which is
it
nice.
does. You just gotta pick who you're targeting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I really like advantage on initiative rolls. That's really good.
The thing they
Actually,
took
actually, this
away.
is really good because this helps you get this off.
Yeah. They took away the in addition any hit you score against a creature that is surprised as a
Yeah, that's because surprise now just gives a creature disadvantage on initiative rolls
right.
when combat
Which
starts.
I don't know how I feel about that, but we're not gonna get into it.
Yeah. I do like the changes based on what they've changed, though. I think this is
Yeah.
okay.
I think that's good.
Like I said, this this extra damage isn't great at third level, but as you gain higher levels, this is really good.
It will matter.
Yeah, it will matter. You will notice it. Granted, it is only once per combat, probably. Yeah.
I just,
Well,
the assassin's
assassin's
tools made
tools.
me
Yeah.
laugh.
Oh yeah, you gain a disguise kit and a poisoner's kit, and you have proficiency with them. I like that. I like that it just gives you the kits.
I my brain was just like,
I've had these the entire time.
where did you get those? I don't know.
It wasn't important for me to mention until now. No,
It just made me laugh. I'm sorry.
that's fine. It's kind of funny. Let's see. Infiltration expertise at ninth level. You get masterful mimicry. You can unerringly mimic another person's speech, handwriting, or both if you've spent at least 1 hour studying them. Uh, that is a lot less time than this. Oh
Yeah.
crap!
7 days
And
and 25 gold,
yeah, and roving aim. Your speed does, or your speed isn't reduced to zero by using steady aim.
which is
That
amazing.
that is good. That is good.
That's very
You
good.
can guarantee sneak attack every turn.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I also like this one. Level 13 Envenom Weapons. When you use the poison option of your Cunning Strike, the target also takes 2d6 poison damage whenever it fails a saving throw. This damage ignores resistance to poison damage. That's
Okay.
nice.
That's very nice. That
That
honestly makes the poison option for Cunning Strike a lot better.
that is very flavorful. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Also, this is really cool if you also combine it with the poisoner feat.
Yeah.
Then you, because the poisoner's feat lets you deal 2d8 poison damage on a
They
attack.
really just
So
like
you could really capitalize on poison if you wanted to as an assassin, which you
oh yeah, that'd
probably
be
should.
probably be the bread and butter. They really just took imposter and just made it masterful mimicry, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
They so basically you what you lose is
Oh
the
wait.
new identity disguise.
Actually,
That's what it
wait.
is.
So they completely scrapped this feature.
Yeah.
They changed this feature to 1 hour and then moved it into here.
Yep. That's interesting. So
Actually,
you're no
I pre-
longer you
I
don't
prefer that.
I do. The other one was just you're going through and like you're establishing an identity.
Yeah, which you could probably already do just by roleplay.
Yeah.
Level 17 Death Strike. When you hit with your sneak attack on the first round of a combat, target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, DC 8 plus your spellcasting modifier or your dexterity modifier and proficiency bonus, or the attack's damage is doubled against the target.
That's wild.
Yeah, I like it. That's
I
I think that's the same, right?
understand why it's the first round of combat because they've taken away the
Oh, or
surprise
actually,
condition.
it's almost the same. They changed it because the
Yeah.
surprised doesn't matter anymore. Though this might actually be slightly better because you're almost guaranteed sneak attack,
Oh
because
yeah.
of assassinate.
But it is also the first round of combat.
True, but that's a good way to pop off combat.
Yeah, that's a great way. You walk in, kill like a big thing, and that's just like, what up?
Because I mean, at 17th level, you have 96 for sneak attack dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, assassin's pretty
I
good.
think assassin. Feels a lot better.
Yeah, it's a lot more narratively coherent.
You lose out on the infiltration expertise with making identities, but I feel like again that's a roleplay
Yeah,
thing you can work with.
exactly. I mean, if you really want to do something like that, I would take the uh I forget what it's called, but there's a special background in I think it's either Descent into Avernus or Waterdeep Dragon Heist that gives you like a second identity.
Yeah.
So you could just take that background and then do the additional things since you chose a background that's not in the book. But I mean, otherwise you could
True.
just roleplay that if you really wanted to do it. Overall, I think these features are better equipped for a assassin.
Very
Also,
true.
also this art's really cool.
I just
Also,
hope they follow the creed.
I just noticed, because of the way that Dragonborn feet are,
They
you
don't have
could.
shoes.
Well, no, look, he's wearing shoes, but his toes come out the front of them,
Yeah.
so they're just like foot coverings.
Yeah. It's more like ankle wear.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it.
But yeah, let's just hope the assassins follow the creed.
True.
Soulknife, the one
Yeah,
with honestly probably my favorite art.
yeah, that's honestly really cool art. This is really dope art. Yeah, I like the
Which
side
honestly is the one
blades.
I think I want to play this one the most.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay, I know. So the only things that they did to psionic power was they provided this neat, handy dandy table.
For Soulknife energy dice.
Yep. Which is, I do like that this table's here because it makes it very clear how many dice you have and what the dice
Oh yeah.
size is, depending on your level. The other change they did was in the old Soul Knife, you had an ability where you could use a bonus action to regain one expended energy die for a short or long rest. They've just changed this to where now you regain one expended psionic energy die when you finish a short rest.
Which is pretty decent.
Yeah, and you regain all when you finish a long rest. I actually do like that change
I do as well.
because you could forget to use this feature. Unfortunately, I'm sure people have forgotten to do that. Yeah,
I will say, having it as a bonus action did make it situational where it's like you can get it back in combat.
yeah, but if I prefer it because you regain the feature when you finish a short or long rest. So just regaining the die when you finish a short rest just
Yeah.
simplifies it.
No, it does simplify it. I do like the versatility of it potentially being a bonus action, but I understand why they changed it.
Yeah, it just makes it cleaner,
Yeah.
and it's less to track too. Psi bolstered knack. I doubt they changed this. If you fail an ability check, or if you fail an ability check using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency, you can roll one psionic energy die and add the number rolled to the check, potentially turning failure into a success. The die is suspended only if the roll then succeeds. Yeah, that's pretty much the same.
It looks the same. Yeah.
They changed the wording around a little bit,
I
but
do
it's the
like that
same.
it's only expended if it succeeds.
I also like that. I love features that do this.
Because I hate losing stuff and it just
Yeah, I hate using something and then it not do anything.
it's part of the reason why I dislike it's why I dislike some abilities that come with like, oh, when as soon as you use this feature, it's like a 11th level feature or something, and
Yeah,
it does damage, but then if it fails, it does no damage, and you just lose.
yeah. They've done this with a lot of features in the new player's handbook, and I really like that they did that because that feels better. Psychic whispers. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others. As a magic action, choose one or more creatures you can see, up to a number equal to your proficiency bonus, and then roll one psionic energy die. For a number of hours equal to the number rolled, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you. and you can speak telepathically with them. To send or receive a message, no action required. You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other. A creature can end the telepathic connection at any time, no action required. First time you use this power after each long rest, you don't expend the psionic energy die. All other times you use the power, you expend the die. I like that.
I like
I
that the first time you use it, it doesn't.
I do too. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't change this to intelligence modifier, because
Yeah.
they did that with almost every they did that with pretty much every other feature in this book. Where if anything mentioned your proficiency bonus, it was changed to the class uh, ability modifier. So I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised that that's still there.
They did. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say they did add that they can end the telepathic connection, but I found it's caught up in the word jumble because it says you and the creature don't need to speak a common language to understand each other.
Oh, does it not say that in
Yeah.
the new one?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't specify.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the last line of Psychic Whispers in the old one is creature don't need to speak a common language to understand each other. So,
Huh. Interesting.
and it can't use the telepathy if it doesn't speak any language. So
Oh,
that was on the old.
okay. I do like that. I like
Yeah,
telepathic.
uh, tit for tat.
Yeah, I like telepathic features. It's kind of cool.
Psychic blades.
Yeah. Let's see what they changed here. You can manifest shimmering blades of psychic energy when you take the attack action or make an opportunity attack. They added in that part. Because
Ooh.
it used to just be when you take the attack action. You can manifest a psychic blade in your free hand and make the attack with that blade. The magic blade has the following traits. It is a simple melee weapon. It deals 1d6 psychic plus the ability modifier used for the attack roll. It has the finesse and thrown properties with a range of 60 120. It didn't have a long range before, which is cool. Mastery. Oh, and it has the Vex mastery property.
Ooh.
I like that. The blade vanishes immediately after it hits or misses the target, and it leaves no mark if it deals damage. I like that. That's so cool. I really like that. That's kind of cool. After you attack with the blade on your turn, you can make a melee or a ranged attack with a second psychic blade as a bonus action on the same turn. If your other hand is free to create it, the damage die of this bonus attack is 1d4 instead of 1d6. That's pretty much the same as that
Yeah,
last
pretty
sentence.
much.
Uh, I don't know if I I think this is fine, but I would have liked if it was still a d6.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why. It's because,
They wanted to try to balance it a lot.
yeah.
But yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this. I am curious though whether or not you're not going to want to use psychic blades as often at later levels because you'll gain access to magic items. I wonder if this will fall behind.
I don't think it will because I feel like Psychic is such a huge
It
damage.
is a unique damage type.
Plus, all of your sneak attack is also Psychic because that's what it deals.
That is true. Good
So I
point.
don't. I don't think it's an issue. I don't think it falls behind. I think just
It would have
like
been
I think
better if the bonus action attack was still a d6.
no, I'm fine with it being a D4.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's
But I
fine.
feel
That's
like once we get into Soul Blades, I feel like it'll be a lot better because it's gonna
true.
level up with you.
Yeah, let's see how it is. You now you can now use the following powers with your psychic blades. Homing strikes. If you make an attack roll with your psychic blade and miss the target, you can roll one psionic energy die and add the number rolled to the attack roll. If this causes the attack to hit, the die is expended. That's good.
That's very good.
Psychic teleportation. As a bonus action, you manifest a psychic blade, expend one psionic energy die, and roll it and throw the blade to an unoccupied space you can see up to a number of feet away, equal to 10 times the number rolled. You then teleport to that space and the blade vanishes. That's
I'm
really
all
good.
about teleportation. I'm
Yeah.
all about it.
I also like that the distance is varied on the roll you make,
You
which
can either
is
go 10 feet, you can go from 10 feet to 60 feet, and that's a good range.
well at ninth level it could be 80 feet.
Oh, it could be, yeah. It could, and you could get up to 120 by 17th level.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Actually, that's really good. I like that a lot.
yeah, I like that too. It's pretty cool. That is the reason I use the Psychic Blade. Level 13, Psychic Veil. You can weave a veil of psychic static to mask yourself. As a magic action, you gain the invisible condition for 1 hour or until you dismiss this effect. No action required. This invisibility ends early, immediately after you deal damage to a creature or you force a creature to make a saving throw. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a psionic energy die. No action required to restore your use of it.
It looks about the same. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't think that changed that much. Yeah, I like that ability. That's cool. Yeah, that's basically it's almost essentially at will invisibility.
Oh yeah.
1 hour is good
Oh,
too.
that's amazing. 1 hour invisibility is awesome.
I also like that the first use. I do like that the first use is free. That's the nice part
Yeah.
about it. All right, level 17, Rend Mind. You can sweep your psychic blades to a creature's mind. When you use your psychic blades to deal sneak attack damage to a creature, you can force that target to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 8, plus your dexterity modifier and proficiency bonus. If the save fails, the target has a stun condition for 1 minute. The stunned target repeats the save at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish your long rest, unless you expend 3 psionic energy dice. No action required to restore use of it. That looks exactly the same.
That is exactly the same. So I like it a lot though.
Yeah, that
It's if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
that is really good. I do like that.
Yeah, Soulknife really kind of has a grip on me to where I think that might be the one I play my next rogue.
That's also nice art. I like the art
Oh
in
yeah.
this book. Oh, look at the trapeze
The
rogue,
trapeze thief.
the trapeze thief in the back, picking up
Yeah.
stealing the item. That's kind of cool.
In my headcanon, those two guys or the two rogues holding those guards hostage do
Art.
not know about the thief, but they're like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna take it," and the
Yeah.
thief's like, "Mine."
Yeah. I'm also thinking that.
That's my
Alrighty.
headcanon.
We have one last subclass to look at, the
We
thief.
do, we do.
Let's see what they
I
get.
like that art. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that art a lot.
oh yeah, this art's great. Also, like the,
Those are the goggles of night vision, aren't they?
I think so. Those are the ones that look like
Yeah.
owl eyes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know if I have I don't have the Dungeon Master's Guide
Is that
next
what
to
they're
me.
called? The goggles of night vision, or
Yeah, the goggles of night. I'm gonna look real quick.
I got it.
Oh,
Goggles of night. Yeah, those are the owl ones that give dark vision.
cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm so down. I bet she stole them.
Probably. I do like the art though. That's pretty good. Also, she totally broke into this house and is now leaving.
Yep.
Because
Another
look,
grappling hook?
yeah, the grappling hook is tied to her waist. That's probably how
Yep.
they got in there. Supposed to be a high building. Okay, anyway, at third level, we get fast hands. As a bonus action, you can do one of the following: sleight of hand, make a dexterity sleight of hand check to pick a lock or disarm a trap with thieves' tools or pick a pocket. Yeah, so dexterity sleight of hand. You make a dexterity sleight of hand check to do either of those things, like I thought. Use an object. Take the utilize action or take the magic action to use a magic item that requires an action. That is good.
That's whew.
That's really good. Oh, that's weird. See, this says tooltip not found action.
Oh no.
That's
Or take
interesting.
the tooltip not found action.
That's funny. That's really good. I like that a lot. Actually, but both of these are very useful, but this is obviously very good. I like that a lot.
Well,
Level 3, second story work. That's also at third level. You've trained to get into especially hard to reach places, granting you these benefits. Climber, you get a climb speed equal to your speed. That's good. And jumper, you can determine your jump distance using your dexterity rather than your strength. That's also good.
very good.
Mm, so this second story work, this essentially gave you a climb speed without saying it.
Yeah, and then the other one, when
Just
you make a
think,
running jump, distance to cover increased by the number of feet equal to your
okay,
dex mod.
I like jumper better.
This is a lot better. Jumper's a lot better.
Yeah, that's good. I like that a lot more. Okay. At level 9 we get Supreme Snake. You gain the following cunning strike option. Stealth attack, cost 1d6. If you have the hide action's invisible condition, this attack doesn't end that condition on you if you end the turn behind 3/4 cover or total cover.
That's
That's
amazing.
that is really good. I
That is
like that.
so much better than the other one.
Yeah, that is really good. I like that. That's a good cutting strike option. I like that.
That's really good.
Level 13, we get use magic device. You've learned how to utilize use of magic items, granting you the following benefits. Attunement, you can attune up to 4 magic items at once. That is new.
That is new.
That's good. That is good. Uh,
Very good.
Charges. When you use a magic item property that expends charges, roll a d6. On a roll of 6, you use the property without expending the charges. That's also
That is
cool.
also really good.
Yeah, that's cool too. Scrolls. You can use any spell scroll using intelligence as your spell casting ability for the spell. If the spell is a cantrip or level 1 spell, you can cast it reliably. If the scroll contains a higher level spell, you must first succeed on an Intelligence Arcana check, DC 10, plus the spell's level. On a successful check, you cast a spell from the scroll. On a failed check, the scroll disintegrates. That's pretty good too. I like that.
That pairs well with that pairs well with reliable talent.
Can you double? Yeah, it actually does. Can rogues choose Arcana as a skill?
Uh,
Was that listed in their options?
I don't believe so. It was not.
Okay. That
So
can
you'd have to take something to get that.
that could easily be grabbed from either a background or taking the skilled feat.
But with reliable talent, it makes it a lot better.
Yeah, I would
But it is
definitely.
an intelligence arcana, so it's at least you're getting your intelligence modifier.
True. I would definitely make sure that you have intelligence proficiency if you're playing Arcana proficiency if you're playing a thief. Just for that feature.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Level 17, Thief's Reflexes.
One thing to go back on the magic device, it is a little nerf from the old magic device because
What you
that
ignore?
lets you use everything.
Yeah, you ignore all class, race, and level requirements on the use of magic items. I don't know if I've ever encountered a magic item with a level requirement on it.
Um,
Have you?
I feel like I have.
Huh.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't do that, but there's also so many other options that you can do with this that I I mean, this is basically a completely different feature. I really appreciate the extra attunement slot. And then I do like these. They're cool.
I'm not seeing any magic items that require a level.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if they do.
Yeah. Unless it was something like there is no. That's based on the rarity.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird thing that I just noticed. Anyways, level 17, Thief's Reflexes. You are adept at laying ambushes and quickly escaping danger. You can take 2 turns during the first round of any combat. You take your first turn on your normal initiative and your second turn at your initiative -10.
I did not realize that was the thief's last ability. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good. I like that. Oh, actually, that's kind of a buff because you couldn't use the feature when you were surprised in the old version.
Well, surprise is gone now.
Well, surprise is still there. It just gives you disadvantage on initiative.
Yeah, so you're still gonna get it. So even if you get an
Yeah. So
initiative
you,
1, your
yeah, you,
second initiative is -11.
yeah. Which is kind of funny, but I like that. That's pretty good. That's a pretty decent feature.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That's a good
Have
capstone
I just been
feature for a
overlooking
subclass.
thieves? I feel like I have.
Yeah, I feel like none of us have really played a thief because even with Bellowman, he was an arcane trickster when I played
Yeah.
him.
Was Jeremiah a thief?
No, Jeremiah was a bard.
Oh, I
He
didn't
wasn't
realize
even a
that.
rogue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, of the rogues I've played, I played Assassin, and then I played that Reborn one, that one that was in the
Phantom.
yeah, the Phantom one before it was officially released back when it was in playtest.
Yeah, when it was the Reborn. Was
Yeah,
that what? Is that what it was called? The Reborn?
it was something like that.
Yeah, it was
Maybe it was
something.
the Revenant.
Maybe. I don't remember for sure. Yeah, I like these subclasses though.
I do as well. I'm very excited to try out, honestly, all of them.
Yeah,
Will I get around to all of them? Probably not, but
no, not unless we do one shots, which we probably should.
yeah, just at least
Uh,
do some play testing.
yeah, I do like all these stuff. I think Rogue seems pretty good. The only thing I'm not really a fan of is this level 14 feature because I
Yeah,
don't like the costs on some of these.
I mean, I understand the cost. I just the knockout for me, the
Yeah.
cost would be
I don't
there
I don't
is
know like I don't know if a lot of the I definitely don't know if knockout's worth it, and I don't know if I would use days. I might use blunt.
obscure, definitely.
Yeah, I might use obscure, but I still hate that it's 3d6.
Yeah. Overall, I think a lot of the stuff is good. There's some things that are questionable,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily think it's bad.
No, overall I think it's good.
And I will say, with the assassin, that the poison cunning strike really is
Yeah. I
awesome.
yeah, you definitely want to use poison if you're playing the assassin.
If it took it takes the poison one from being the worst out of those three for me, just because out of those three, of course, just personally, to making it probably the best.
Yeah. That's definitely the option you want to go with if you're playing an assassin.
I
Sure.
just again run into that issue of the Constitution saving throw,
Yeah.
just because I don't like con saving throws because they're always the bane of my existence.
Yeah. But yeah, overall I think the rogue is pretty solid. I don't know if
I
it's
agree.
I don't know if it's the best damage dealer out of all the martial classes, but
It's gonna
uh
hit hard. It just may not hit the hardest.
yes. I agree with that statement. And there's also so many other things that you can do that you might not be worried about hitting the hardest in the party.
True. Looking at the epic boons, I was uh, the once I get to it again, the boon of the night spirit works really well with it. But looking at the other ones, I'm trying to see if there be any other one that would be super beneficial.
The boon of combat prowess.
Yeah, that makes it where you have to. If you miss, you hit. Dimensional travel
Yeah,
is
the
not
dimension.
bad.
No, that would be good. That would be good. That would be good flavor for the soul knife. Wait, soul knife, or is it side?
Soulknife. It's Soulknife.
Oh, it is soul knife. Yeah, I'm thinking because the fighter one's called the Psy Warrior, so I tripped
The Boon of
myself
Fate
up.
could be the Boon of Fate could be a good flavor one.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know how I'd feel about it with the energy resistance. I feel that might be more for a barbarian.
I think a really good multi-class for the Arcane Trickster would be the Illusionist Wizard
Oh, most definitely.
because of all the fun things you could do with illusion magic.
Irresistible offense could be good
Yeah.
because you overcome piercing or slashing, and then if you score a crit, you deal extra damage target to the equal to the ability score increased by this feat.
Oh, which could be your
Equal to the ability score?
yes. So that could be an extra 21 damage if your dexterity is 21 from that
Oh
feat.
my lord, that's actually crazy. No, that's a good one.
That would be my go-to probably.
Boon of skill is also good because you
Gain
um
proficiency with all
all
ability.
skills and you get expertise in a skill, so you could use that one to give yourself Arcana and give it expertise.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully you're already proficient in all the skills you need to be though.
Oh, spell recall would be good for Arcane Trickster
Oh yeah,
because it's specifically 1 through
through
4.
yeah that would be a very good option for Arcane Trickster. Yeah,
No, I like a lot of these. I like a lot of these epic
yeah,
boons.
yeah,
I can't wait to see what your mad brain comes up with making custom ones.
yeah. I'll have to think. I'm sure I can make some pretty bad ones.
Oh, you're gonna make some fun ones.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I think Rogue could be a lot of fun to play.
I think it is still one of my favorite classes, if
Yeah,
not the favorite.
I think I would. I think personally, I would really want to try out either an assassin or a thief.
I am 100% leaning towards Soulknife. I was leaning towards Arcane Trickster, but that assassin has a call in my name because you know me, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Of course, I eventually want to play an assassin in D&D.
Hmm.
Like I already had with Talok, but now
You might want to try it
like I
again.
might want to try it again. I might want to bring Talok back.
Yeah. Dragonborn's also better too if you wanted to keep him as
Yeah.
a Dragonborn.
That, would be a great one shot is if we brought back characters that died horrible fates and we got to play them again.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be really fun.
Yeah, I think ultimately Soulknife is my favorite of these four.
Yeah,
Like I like the Arcane Trickster and I want to give Arcane Trickster its try, but Soulknife just seems
sure.
badass.
Yeah. Luckily, Soul Knife pretty much came out relatively unchanged
Oh yeah.
because it was
So I
already
think that might be what I do
asset.
next.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all we're gonna talk about for this video. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content. Hopefully I can get Tyler back for another video.
I'm very hopeful I can come back. I have an idea of what other class I'd want to do, but we'll get to that in a
Yeah.
later video.
Yep. We will catch you all later. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Goodbye.